Welcome to the Game Case, a show for, well, anyone that plays World of Warcraft. The show rife with ramblings, tips, tricks, and goings-on in WoW. Here's your host, Chris Case.
So hello, hi, howdy, and welcome to episode 33 of the Game Case. I am Chris, also known as Cuddles, a brewmaster monk on Airy Peak in the Convert to Raid Guild. This week we're going to talk a little bit about our week in Blizzard Gaming, run down a couple of hot gaming deals for you, and just generally have a good time. So I am honored to be joined by one of my co-hosts from the Converted podcast, one of my favorite people in our guild, someone that I am very happy to call my friend, the incredible, the amazing Sal Mysis the Shaman. Sal, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm trying to keep warm on this Thanksgiving Day. Who has a show on Thanksgiving?
I wasn't doing anything else. I don't have friends, so yeah.
I don't think that's true, and I think you spent the day with your family.
I spent like 3-4 hours. Like, my family is one of those families where we like kind of try to make it through the day without yelling at each other. I posted, I don't think I Twittered it, I posted it over on Facebook, a bottle of the champagne, like the third bottle of champagne that we opened.
The third bottle of champagne. Yes,
I am thankful for family and the alcohol that allows me to get through dealing with them. So...
Were you just with your wife and kids, or with
it was like, no, my wife and kids are great. So we have a family tradition. Every holiday morning is just us, like our family. So the wife and the kid. So we do monkey bread, mimosas, and bacon, and that's breakfast. So we cooked 2 packages of bacon. We had a bacon and monkey bread feast. We drank a bunch of really cheap champagne mixed with orange juice and watched the Macy's Day Parade.
Oh, that's fun. That's nice.
It was a really good time. Watching my kid geek out over the balloons is totally worth it. Like, I'm not really into it, but it's...
I saw there was a Fallout balloon.
I didn't see it. Really?
Pit Boy balloon. Well, I saw it. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed it. I don't pay a lot of... I may have been playing Hearthstone for most of it.
You should have been playing Fallout. That's what everyone else is playing right now.
I know, right? I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of time. And that actually segues quite nicely into, what have you been up to this week in Blizzard Gaming? Got all sorts of stuff.
You know exactly what I've been up to because I've been hanging out with you.
What?
Like a crazy a lot, and it's been kind of awesome. Wow, this past week has been kind of nuts. Last weekend was the Overwatch stress test, and I really thought that it was going to be like super buggy and like hard to get through because that's what stress tests are, But I mean, I think I experienced 1 or 2 crashes and just a few little tiny glitches, but overall, like, it was just fun. I was rocking Farah. Like the like Egyptian kind of girl with that has a little rocket pack and flies up and like rains like fire from above. It was so fun. And I've never played FPS before, ever. So I wasn't very good at it. So every time I did anything good, I was like, I killed the thing.
It was great. You were doing awesome. You were wrecking face with Farah. I
think that's an exaggeration.
If only the two of us, if only the game had been designed for people like us. That's all I'm going to say. But I had a blast.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that was a private joke.
Yeah, inside jokes are the best jokes in public. I had an absolute blast with May. Like, May, so May is this, like...
You were totally playing May, yeah.
This like, little diminutive Asian, Japanese, Chinese... Oh, no, she speaks a language that I don't. So she carries around this little... May is Chinese. See, is... New York, much more ethnically diverse than the backwoods of Central Florida. So I apologize. May... she fires this little snow cannon and she freezes people, and then she has this ice wall and she has ice. She is the Murky of of Overwatch. Like, she just annoys people and she escapes, and it's just like walking up and smacking somebody with a fish and then bubbling and running away in Heroes. Like, it's totally my style of play, just annoying people. So I had a blast with it. I can't, like, I said this over on Twitter. I would pay $60 right now for what they gave us that, like, last weekend and be totally happy. I would be completely happy with that game.
I mean, I think what we got last weekend is what we're going to get.
Well, presumably, I would think where this is going to be spring, summer, I would presume we might see another hero or two. I would be very surprised if they don't announce something, although there aren't any events. That I don't think Gamescom comes before it, and they don't really have a presence at PAX East, so I doubt we'll see anything there. Although maybe now that they're getting into the FPS and this is going to be on consoles, maybe we will see them at PAX East or some of the other events like that.
I think that Overwatch will be out before or around the same time as PAX East. PAX is in April.
April 22nd through the 24th.
It'll be out by then. It'll already have been out.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I mean, that's my prediction. Like, they said spring. So, end of April, I bet it'll be out. And, like, it was a stress test beta last weekend, and it seemed, like, pretty polished. I mean, it was not what I expected a stress test to be.
No. I had a few problems on Friday. On Friday, I got kicked from a couple games. There were some weird loading in and out issues. And some lag, but by Saturday and then Sunday and then Monday when they finally, like, I may have stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning and then worked from home on Monday, which just meant I played Overwatch from 8 o'clock in the morning till they turned it off. And I had no problems other than them taking away my beta access. That was a big problem for me.
Okay, King Crumbles makes a really good point in the chat room. They have to add more maps. That's true. There's only 2 maps. But I don't think they're going to add any more heroes between now and then. Prize 2, and I want to know if that's just Prize or another person who also... That's got to be just Prize. Says, I'd personally like to see a proper matchmaking system with ranking to pair people up more I can't even read what he says, but yes, I would like to be paired up more properly. It's not even a.
I don't think that works.
More properly? No,
we got it. Yeah, I don't think it can be more proper.
Yeah, properly. I totally agree. Absolutely agree. So we can get like the people who haven't played so much, kind of playing the other people who haven't played so much. We were talking about May. Remember that time when, of course you do. We grouped up against like a whole team of nothing but Mays.
Yes.
We couldn't get past it. We could not like counter it at all.
Mm-mm.
So I kind of think I think that's going to be fixed. I don't know. Like,
there's definitely character balancing issues. There's definitely like they had just fixed some things with Tracer from speaking with people that have been in the beta, but things still weren't fully balanced. Like. She has a higher health pool, a lot of people are saying, than they'd like to see her have, especially with her rapid fire weapons. Like if Tracer gets in your face, Tracer takes you out.
Done.
And in balancing her ridiculous mobility, maybe with a lower health pool, making her a little bit squishier, or nerfing her, like Blizz is gonna do all that, and we'll see that. And as far as a ranked system, yeah, Killa just called it out. That they'll likely use the updated matchmaking system currently in HOTS. I think that's probably what's going to happen. They're going to refine it over in HOTS. They talked about that a little bit at BlizzCon, that there was some things going on with the matchmaking system. If you've played Heroes and you play Ranked, you know what's going on with MMR. And they admitted that they had messed up. They actually used StarCraft's base matchmaking code and then tried to like duct tape it into Heroes, and it didn't work as well as they had thought. And they're working on that and fixing that and refining that. There's no way that this doesn't end up with a ranked mode. Developers are doing it these days. this is going to be an esport. This is going to be a top tier esport. It's
You think it's going to be esport?
There's no way it's not. There's no whether or not it's successful. That's based entirely on how they do it in the community and stuff like that. I mean, we've seen lots of games come to esports and then fall flat on their face and die. But there's no way. Like, that's where Blizzard's going. I mean, we have Hearthstone is listed as an actual top tier. HOTS.
It's crazy to me that Hearthstone's an esport, but it is.
Yeah.
And HOTS, obviously. But there's just so many, like... Are they going to be able to, like balance it enough, like an FPS, enough to make it like an esport, like a super competitive thing? I mean, I hope so. That's cool. It's fun.
If anyone can do it with this style game, it's going to be Blizz. I mean, they're very good at what they do, and Prize is arguing with me. He doesn't think that it will be a top tier esport, but he thinks that it will be the most popular esport, excluding Hearthstone, and I can agree with that. I don't know. I think we're going to see it as a top tier esport. I think it's going to happen. I think that's where Blizz wants to go. They're becoming an esports company. Now, here's a question. I wasn't around in PC gaming. Did Team Fortress 2 have any, like very competitive... Like, esports wasn't a thing back then, but was there a competitive TF2 scene? Was that a thing that happened?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not in the way that esports... Not in the way that StarCraft has been.
Yeah.
Not in the way that HOTS has turned out. You know, not... I don't know. Prize has a point there. If sponsors get behind it, it can happen. Well, sponsors are liking it. Things are hitting up on ESPN. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely fun. I hope there's a way for noobs to play noobs if we want to. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not fun for us. It's not fun for them. You know, when you have an organized team against a team of people who are just trying to loll and have
people
some fun.
that can't play and are totally unorganized. Yeah, makes it
and
rough.
People who've never played FPSs before, like you. So.
Yeah, never touched an FPS before in my life. I don't even know what they are. I didn't work for game battles. I won't talk about that. Anyway. Yeah, Overwatch is fun.
This is really bad, actually. You and I should never do shows together.
No, we shouldn't. But this is fun.
You and I should never do shows together because, like, we hang out so much, like playing games, and then we have all these things where you can just, like, I can just wink at you and you know what I'm talking about.
I can't wink.
That's great for audio.
I know, right?
Anyway.
If there's anything this show is, it's totally professional and perfect for everyone.
Well.
Yeah.
So I was also in the beta. You were in the beta. No, sorry, the alpha for Legion.
Yep. Woohoo!
How? I want to hear what you thought about that because we didn't get to play that together.
Okay. First thoughts. So I got alpha access. As, like, I was seeing everybody tweeting about it, that it was up, and I was seeing, you know, the screenshots out there. And so I actually got in before I even got the email. So I hopped in, and one of the coolest things, as I'm running around for those that don't know, the Legion Alpha is currently out. It's basically the Demon Hunter starting area that the public was given access to at BlizzCon. I'm going to guess that they're just testing out their servers, making sure they don't fall flat on their face, and just giving us something to do for a little while. Now, you're allergic to cuddles. Now, the cool thing, when I got in, so, like, obviously there's like, what, I don't know, maybe 10 quests, if that. It's not a whole lot. It takes you maybe an hour if you're really focusing on finishing everything. Longer if you're like me and you're running around and exploring every nook and cranny and double jumping off of things and falling into the twisted nether.
I was totally double jumping off of things.
Oh, like, I cannot wait to see. You know what they're going to do in the next raid tier is there's going to be edges everywhere. And we're just going to watch Demon Hunters do their foul rush off of everything all of the time. But one of the really cool things, so I'm standing at the quest hub there in Mardoon, and
something, yeah.
Words, things. This isn't an audio
the twisting
podcast.
nether starts with an M. That's where the demon hunters are. Go.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm standing there. I'm accepting a quest, and up walks Elvine, and up walks Towley, and Panzer, and somebody with a name like one of the devs. Like it was like BlizzCon again. It was like, oh hey, like I actually stopped Elvine and asked him for an in-game selfie with his tune.
You're so not cool. You're so not cool.
Not a cool. I'm not a cool.
You're not a cool.
I'm not a cool.
You're not an English either.
No words. Tough. Hard. I promise this is water.
But you liked it though. You jumped off all the things.
I loved it. I had a blast. I wish that Vengeance, so there's 2 specs for Demon Hunters, Havoc and Vengeance. They only have Havoc live right now. Vengeance is going to be the tank spec. I cannot wait to try that because I'm actually having a lot of fun. Now, what about you? I know you got to play it some. What were your thoughts?
Well, there's not much out, and I don't even think that it's the entire starting area, to be honest. So the chat room's cracking me up right now. I enjoyed it. So what it did is I got to the end. Okay, there was like a hard stop when you got to the end, and then I went out the window and glided out the window because you can do that with a demon hunter, and I went back and jumped on every rock that I could and get to all the edges that I could and tried to find. There's not actually a lot.
I gotta stop you for 1 second. So at the hard stop, and let's do our best not to spoil it because I know some people don't want spoilers. But at that hard stop, you're at the place, and you had flown up there, but then there's no flight back.
Right.
And like you said, Demon Hunter, wings. I like that. This is such great for audio. So how long did it take you to like kick in that you could jump off and fly?
I didn't figure that at all. I just was at the window and I fell out and said, "Oh crap! I'm falling!" And I hit the space bar and got my wings out. I'm like, "Well, I guess I'll just die in the twisting nether. Maybe I can run back." And then I like glided to the edge and got there safely. And I was like, "Oh, all right."
I may have ran around that thing about 3 times. Had to kill the things inside because I kept on pulling them. And then I actually logged out of the game, went and did something else. And as I was doing something else, I was like, oh, hold on. Demon Hunters have wings. I ran back in here, logged in, and did the thing. And then I just ran around.
You could have also just like made a new character.
I have 4 now. I have 4. I have a male and female of both of the available races, Blood Elf and Night Elf. Which, that's important to note. I'm sure everybody knows that, but it's only Night Elf and only Blood Elf right now. So, yeah. There's not a whole lot. Everybody's, there's kind of a lot of salt out there for people that aren't in, oh no, I'm not in the beta. Guys, there's like an hour worth of stuff.
It was literally to the minute 1 hour for me.
Yeah. Like, I'm not at all, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not salty about being in. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. But you're also not, like, you're not missing an entirely new game yet.
And the other stuff that I wanted to test out isn't at all live. Like, Acomp was mentioning in our Discord group that he wanted to test the new Mog system. And while you can view what the wardrobe is going to look like, that's there. You can't, like, do anything with it.
Yeah, you can't import your tune yet. So that's something... for those that haven't tried out a PTR or been in a beta, you transfer your live character over to that realm. It brings all the stuff, all the gear, all the everythings, and then you play on that place. So like for the PTR, I would transfer over Cuddles, and I'd have all my things there, but then everything that I do on the PTR doesn't affect anything on the live server. It'll be just like that for beta, I'm presuming eventually. but we can't do that now. So while the transmog tab is there, and guys, if you want to go see it, Wowhead, anywhere that does any sort of WoW news has it up. Like all these
MMO
things
champion,
are out.
yeah, like screenshots of it, sure.
But we don't have any gear right now, so it's there, but there's nothing to transmog.
Well, no, it's less than that because we do get some pieces while we're doing the starting zone. Like I know that I got a couple of like helm type things, and even with the things that I did get, I wasn't able to like mog them at all.
Ooh, see, I didn't even try that.
Yeah, I was trying to test stuff, I wanted to see, but it's not working in any capacity.
Yeah, there's very little other than trying to find things that break right now, like running in a corner. There's not a whole lot of actual testing.
Yeah, and it's only Demon Hunter.
Did you ever find the little crystal? So there's like, how in the different like zones there's like something that you can click on and it gives you a buff. Like out in Draenor you can eat the different kinds of fruit.
Sure.
And they give you weird little buff. Have you found the little crystal that gives you the buff in
I'm not sure.
Demon? Okay, so there's little green crystals, and I don't remember where they are.
Green crystals.
Well, there's little ones, and you can click on them,
Right.
and they give you a buff for 1 minute that your Fell Rush has no cooldown. So you can literally just like zip, 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 zip.
Oh, that's fun. And what people might not know is the Fell Rush is a you go fast. It's kind of like a charge, but not a charge because you're not going into a specific target really. You just do a lot of damage and you go I don't know 20 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Video game distance.
Sure, but
Yeah.
if you have that buff, you can just go like really fast. Like in small increments. That sounds fun, I guess. Okay, Killadot says, Cuddles and Sal, what was your thoughts or feelings about having to collect the souls to keep your DPS buff up? Okay, so with a Demon Hunter, once you kill something, you get like a little red like kind of area, and you step into it, and it gives you a little DPS buff. It's like for 12 seconds or 15 seconds, something small. What did I feel? I didn't feel anything. Or maybe you're talking about like taking someone's soul or something, which is what a Demon Hunter might do, and I'm okay with that. I thought it didn't last long enough.
Yeah, it was a little hard to keep up, but I think that might be one of those like kind of class balancing issues that'll work out. Obviously, what we're playing now is not the game that we're gonna see in 6 months at release. Yeah, that's what you said that better in one sentence than Killer. You should be doing this. He says, as a mechanic, I thought it needed some work. Yeah, I definitely agree. It's one of those things that sounds great and looks good on paper, and it's something that they're gonna work on, I'm sure. So outside of Legion Alpha and outside of Overwatch Beta, which you're still in, by the way, aren't you? You got like perma Overwatch.
I got perma Overwatch. That's true.
Totes jelly.
Everyone at work, we have a video games chat room at work, and everyone's always begging me for Overwatch keys as if I have them to give at all when I don't.
Yeah.
And like I get bothered by that a lot. I get pinged all day long for Overwatch keys, to the point that it is, that's kind of funny. It's become like this big joke, like begging me for Overwatch keys. I'm like, okay, all of you get Overwatch keys as soon as I get them. I'm gonna hand them out to everybody.
Exactly.
Everyone at work.
It's gonna. I'm willing to bet that before it comes out, it'll probably end up. Well, I don't know if it'll end up like Heroes. Like, do you remember right before Heroes released, and I think everyone had 4,800 Heroes keys at their inbox that you just couldn't even give out?
Well, that's a little bit different because Heroes is a free-to-play game.
Yeah, that's why I kind of stopped myself, because I don't know, since this is going to be you gotta buy it game, like when your beta access runs out, it's just going to turn off.
Yeah.
Like when the game goes live, you'll just turn off and you're going to have to go buy it like everybody else.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It doesn't cost as much as like a regular game does, though. It's what is it, $40 if I'm right, instead of 60.
Oh, that sounds about right.
You're gonna look it up.
I am.
Of course, you can get like the more expensive one if you want all the in-game goodies from other things, which I'll probably get because I want the World of Warcraft pet that you get, the baby Winston.
Okay, so yeah, Overwatch base price is going to be $40 for us, PC Master Race. Console gamers are going to have to pay $60 for it.
But I think PC gamers can. Is it $60 for the next one? 70, 80? And then you get like all the cool stuff in game goodies for like the skin in D3, the baby gorilla, which I have to have, the baby Winston.
Yeah.
That'll be good. That'll be good. Anyway, well, like, what? You playing anything else? You got any kind of like the games you're gonna buy? Oh, you said you're not playing Fallout like the rest of the world.
I'm not, and it's because of all these things. And like, I was planning on purchasing Fallout actually, but then I was lucky enough to get into the Overwatch Stress Test beta weekend, and then I got into Legion Alpha. Like, Blizzard just keeps on giving me things. I think they knew that I was gonna buy Fallout. Like, no, Cuddles. We forgot you.
Are you kidding? Everyone at Blizzard's playing Fallout. Like,
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I don't have the hours in the day. I think I played 32 hours of Overwatch over the stress test weekend. I use
what? Really? Are you serious?
Yeah. I use Raptor, which is like a little application that'll track your gaming, and it gives you rewards and points, and you can rank up against your friends, and that's all silly. But I think I clocked in 58 hours of gaming last week. So
that's more than a full-time job, yo.
Oh, and I have one of those too. I definitely worked around 62 hours a week last week, and then about 60 hours of gaming. A little bit of time with the family and absolutely no sleep. It was a rough week.
That was funny last weekend. I was like, "Hey, so like what about family time?" And you said something like, "Yeah, my wife knows that's not going to happen this weekend. I already told her."
I got the Overwatch, I got the email that I was in for the weekend, because we got the email on, well, you were already in. For those that were in, the email went out, I believe, on Thursday that it was going to go live on Friday. So I literally, that evening, I sat my wife down, and we had like a Lifetime movie moment. And like there was like soft music playing in the background. It was like a very soft focus.
Like a filter, like a.
Yeah, there was like the lights were like really big and glowy in the background.
Yeah.
And I was like, honey, we need to have a discussion. I'm in the Overwatch beta.
But just for 3 days.
You're not going to see me this weekend at all. And she was very nice to like. She got a little grumpy at the end of the weekend. I'm not gonna lie, but she was very accommodating and very, very nice. And I was on it when it went live, and I was on it when it went down, and I was not on it for very little amounts of time outside of that. And yeah, Killa posted over in the chat. I saw the tweet out. They calculated the total gameplay of all Overwatch beta players, and it accumulated to over 200 years in one weekend. So yeah.
Wow, it was a stress test, and wow, I remember the WildStar stress test. Like, I couldn't walk like 4 feet in my WildStar character without like the game crashing. Like, I couldn't get out of like the very, very small initial start zone.
Oh wow.
Like the tiny little island that you start on. Like I couldn't do like as many as 10 quests, I don't think. Like, it was terrible. And Overwatch stress test was just fine.
Yeah.
But there are more things to add, though.
Oh, definitely. There are more maps. So we were able to experience 3 maps, but there's actually, I think there's 5 out right now. So there's Hollywood, and then there's a Egyptian map that's like Anubis. or something like that. It's really, really cool. But that's something that, being new to Blizzard gaming, I got into the HOTS beta late, like not maybe I think like 2-3 months before it went live, so it was a fairly mature and well developed game. But I can remember getting into that beta and just kind of looking around, as it were, and going, "Wow, this game isn't out. Like, what is?" And I kind of felt the same way with Overwatch. It could be out right now. No, it's not. It's not Blizzard ready, but I know there's many game makers out there that could get a game to the level that Overwatch was at this weekend and would be perfectly happy releasing it. And that says a lot about Blizzard. They polish beyond polished. I'm just happy to be a part of it. They're great with their betas, or they have been for me. But okay, moving on from betas and alphas and things that I can't actually play now, like Overwatch, Sal.
I'm not playing that either, though.
We can't be friends now. We can't be friends. Well, guys, that's Sal's part of the show for tonight. Let me go ahead and... Yep. And she is done. All right. Rip Sal. All right, we'll let her come back. I actually have the guy that got me into World of Warcraft, James, who actually played a few... He played a few watch matches with us over the weekend. I don't know if you were in any of them, but he got to play with like Pat and like a couple other folks in the community. He is in the Overwatch beta and not playing it either. Like, I was able to convince him to come on for the weekend, but he's not turning it on. He's playing Fallout. So
yeah, it's what's happening right now.
I know, right? If anybody from Blizzard is listening, if you need people to actually play your beta, this guy will. This guy. 2 thumbs. This guy. Would love to play that game. I'm begging now.
Okay, so what's the next thing on your list to talk about tonight, other than QQing about not being in the beta?
That's all I got. That's really where the show notes end.
We have show notes right here.
Oh, hey, yeah, we do. So I got to do some Heroes of the Storm. Got to log in with all the other stuff going on. Got to log in, do some Heroes, do some Cho'Gall. If anybody out there still wants or needs Cho'Gall, I have him. I need 3 more wins on him so I can help you get him. I know there's also a way to get Cho'Gall, and I'm talking about this and totally unprepared, but there you watch some sort of Heroes tournament and you can get Cho'Gall. So Google that.
Google that. Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people posting about it today.
And also doing some Hearthstone. Doing a lot of Hearthstone, trying to rank up. I got the highest I ever had. Prepare to be impressed. Rank 18.
That's not bad, yo.
No, that's bad.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is, but it's better than. I mean, you got your card back.
Yeah, I'll get my card back. I'll get something. I'll get some dust or gold or I don't even know. I don't even know what. I don't understand the enchanting mechanic at all, so I got to learn that. But I am absolutely loving Heroes. I put a call out on Twitter asking folks to recommend their favorite Hearthstone streamers to me. I got several responses. So thank you to everybody. I followed all of them. And Sav JC, he's some sort of Norwegian-ish, maybe Swedish. God, I can't mess that up.
You cannot.
Tooley's in here.
You are not allowed to mix up Norway and Sweden.
I know. Oh, but
you are not going to have a friend anymore if you do that. If you keep doing that. Oh my gosh. Thule, you know what? Thule, I will never do that. I will never call you Norwegian or any of your country mates because I'm your friend. And I care about you and your aversion to Norway.
I blame the American education system, and I'm going to stick with that. So, no, well, but he's some sort of, he has an accent. I'll stick with that, maybe.
Oh my God, will you please move on? The hole that you're digging yourself.
I know.
Is...
So anyway, Sav on Twitch, I've been watching a whole lot of him, starting to understand a little bit more about the meta. Of course, he has a bunch of cards that I don't. Trump is wonderful for that as well. Trump plays a lot of basic decks, like free-to-play decks, and that's really cool. So if you're looking to get into Hearthstone, that's a really cool way to do it, is to watch other people play. So I'm in the wrong place on the show notes.
Okay, but what about the sales going on? There's all these holiday sales about all these games that you want to talk about.
Yes, there is. This is something that was suggested by Killa over on Twitter, so thanks for that, sir. But I'm going to touch on just a couple of the things that are going on as far as sales this weekend. Because today is Turkey Day, which means the massive display of consumerism known as Black Friday has already begun. Some stores opened as early as noon today, which, that's disgusting. Can we all just agree on that, please?
Agreed.
Okay, because that... anyway, here's the deal. Plenty of cool online sales for the gamers, some physical stuff in stores as well. For those that are also console gamers, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are $299 everywhere. I believe they're coming with a game, so that's actually a really good deal. Especially if you look at each one of them as a Blu-ray player as well.
Console gamers don't watch your show.
I know. Well, some of us play console. I play a console. I got my Xbox.
What?
That's how you hold it, right?
No, and what is that? You said that's Xbox?
Xbox One.
Oh, you have an Xbox One?
Yeah.
Why did you buy Xbox One? What, for Halo? Is that like the only thing?
No,
that's the only reason to buy an Xbox One.
So I took a break in gaming in the Xbox era. So in between, I had a PlayStation 1, but then I didn't participate in online gaming really. So I gamed in college, took a break for a few years, and then got back with the Xbox 360. Because my wife and I ended up having 2 Wiis, and I was able to trade a Wii for an Xbox, and anyway.
You got married, and then you brought in 2 Wiis into the house? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I love it.
And you can't have 2 Wiis in a marriage. Now that I've offended both the Swedish and everyone else, let's keep on going. No, I never got into Halo because I think Halo 2 or 3 was out when I started playing, and everybody had already been playing Halo for years, and I just got wrecked. I didn't like the jumping. I don't like that you have to jump and shoot things. I can't do that. I'm not that coordinated. I was a Call of Duty, Left 4 Dead, and Gears of War gamer. So I played all those in FIFA, and there's still some stuff that I play on console. I actually have Call of Duty Black Ops 3 over on console so that I can play with all my old buddies. And yeah, so I still do a little bit on the Xbox. But those are out. They're cheap. Also, I retweeted this over on my Twitter account, or you can go to reddit.com, the DX Racer subreddit. They have a Cyber Monday sale on DX Racers, which are those fancy gaming chairs you see folks like Pat Crane and Darius rocking, as well as a lot of the big Twitch streamers. They're supposed to be super, super comfortable. They're having up to 50% off.
Do you know what kind of chair I use? Want to see what kind of chair I use?
Is it from Office Max? Oh my, are you kidding me? Really? So Sal is in, for those that are getting this wonderful audio, Sal is in a wooden chair.
A wooden, like a dining room chair. Yeah. That's my chair.
That's insane.
Maybe if I got a better chair, I would game more.
Yeah. So since we're showing off chairs, I have, without spending a lot of money,
You look like you have a nice, comfortable chair.
Well, this chair was about $120 on Amazon. It's one of those, for those, again, not getting the visual here. This is great podcasting.
Keep going.
It's one of the mesh back chairs. Being in Florida, it's 80 degrees today on Thanksgiving. So
Lord.
having a mesh back chair definitely helps with cooling. And this chair has been great to me, but I don't know. I'm starting to get the materialisms for a DX Racer. So this is on my Christmas list. So 20, 30, 40, up to 50% off on some of their chairs. Great sale. Like I said, you can check out the DX Racer subreddit, or I will have a link in the show notes. For those in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and paste this over there. Some really, really, really good deals. And I mean, for me, it does sound... Killa said those chairs are expensive as my couch, and it better be damn comfortable. Well, that's the thing. Some of us, it's just like any professional tool. Not that I get to game professionally.
You're a pro gamer now, yeah?
I am... You know what? I once received a $125 check for Major League Gaming. So, I can claim that I am actually a professional gamer.
What kind of game was that? Was it an FPS?
No, I don't play those. It actually was not a prize. I did win a couple Gears of War, and I was one of the top-ranked Left 4 Dead teams in the world for several years on one of them. No, I'm just, I never played FPSs before. So, but no, it was a check for I was also an admin on the Gears of War 2 ladder. So, Game Battles is like baby Major League Gaming. It's the stuff if you're a amateur gamer, you can just go to Game Battles, you can sign up there and do matches against other people, play tournaments and whatnot. And, oh, interesting, Mike. I did not know that. Mike O'Hara in the chat room says that there's no price difference for Overwatch on any of the platforms. All versions are exactly the same price. That is...
I don't know if that's true, though. Because if you do the pre-order, it's not...
It's different than what the internet told me, but I believe you, Mike. So anyway, no, my check was for... I was admin of the month for 3 months running on the Gears of War 2 ladder. Just refereeing and settling disputes over in Gears of War. So that was it was a lot of fun. It was a really good time. So that sale is going on. PlayStation and Xboxes are on sale all over the place. And then we also have, of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention the Blizzard sale that's going on. Now, Blizzard has all sorts of stuff on sale right now. Base Warcraft is $4.99. Warlords of Draenor is $12.99. There's StarCraft is on sale. The original StarCraft Battle Chest is super cheap right now. I think it's like $2.99 for StarCraft 1. Everything is on sale with the exception of Hearthstone. And then Heroes... Now, if you're budget conscious and you play Heroes, don't listen to this nor look at the store for the next week or so, because in Heroes of the Storm everything is 50% off. So I think I spent about $25-30 last night on skins for characters that I don't even have. I bought Zeratul, started playing him very badly. And yeah, it's there's definitely some good deals out there.
Okay, I checked it out. So I went to the in-game client, for not in-game. I went to the
Battle.net launcher.
Thank you very much. That's what it's called. And I clicked on pre-purchase now. So if you for the Origins edition, the one where you get like skins and stuff. And other digital goodies. You get an Overwatch card back. You get Mercy's Wings. I don't know what that is. And Diablo. Yes, of course it is. You get cool stuff in Diablo. You get player portraits. You get the baby Winston pet that I talked about. That's $60. Okay, but if you click just the regular Overwatch and it's only available on PC, that's $39.99. And Mike is like, you party pooper. You know what? I should have just bowed to Mike and let Mike have it. He's right. If you go to Amazon, it's $60. It's $60 for, I guess the regular one is $60, but there's a cheaper one that doesn't have all the goodies, and that's $40.
Right on.
And only available on PC.
So outside of that, guys, of course, go to your favorite retailers, go to your favorite sites. There's going to be some great deals online. Cyber Monday is right around the corner. So there's Amazon is having some insane deals on computer gaming gear. I know I saw the Logitech little mouse with the, I'm not going to describe it right. So the mouse that's kind of like that with the buttons on the side.
It's got the buttons on the side, yeah.
It makes it like really easy. This is the Razer one, but it's the Logitech one of these.
Oh my god, you and I have the same mouse.
You got the chroma? You got the colors?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! Do you always forget to switch it when you go to play HOTS? Because I do.
I don't have it programmed to anything because I just wasted a lot of money.
Oh.
Like, it's worth the money if you're going to program it, but then I just didn't. So, no, I don't have that problem.
Oh, you need to really program it for HOTS. It makes it so much like HOTS becomes a one-hand game. So, we're going to leave that comment alone and keep on trucking. So, let's dive into the meat and potatoes of tonight's show. And now for the meat and potatoes.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so this week we're going to be talking a little bit about what we're thankful for. It is a very merry Thanksmas here in Central Florida as well as New York. So we're gonna run down a little bit of what we're thankful for. Sal, what are you thankful for this year?
Today, on Thanksgiving, in New York City, 2015, I am thankful for this bottle of Côte du Rhône. I'm also thankful that the Chinese food place across the street delivers. Across the street.
Across the...
That's what I'm thankful for.
Nice. Well, I heard it's actually a beautiful day in New York, though. 51 and sunny and just gorgeous.
I've heard that as well.
It was very nice when you opened the door for the Chinese food guy.
Oh, I'm in the apartment on the 4th floor. I didn't see the outdoors.
Oh. Well, that's
I
good.
could have. There's nothing stopping me from going outside. I just played video games all day long. That's all I did.
Well, that actually sounds like a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving miracle. I'll also have mixed nuts. I'm not even finished with the mixed nuts yet, so I'm good.
Are those the loud nuts from Discord?
Oh my gosh! I stood 10 feet away. We were on Discord the other night, and Discord's the chat program, and I stood at the door, which is like 10 feet away, and I ate a few of these nuts, and I guess there's some kind of like dried pine nut crunchy things in it. And anyway, I knew it was loud, so I stood over there to eat a few nuts, and it was super loud in the microphone to everybody. So I know that my nuts must be eaten with the mute button on.
Yes. Sal's nuts are very loud.
Oh, there's soy nuts.
Soy nuts? Is that
crunchy? Well, I mean, there's many nuts in this, but like the ones that are like super loud are soy nuts.
Does soy have nuts? Or are they like some sort of soy-based nut substitute?
It's like a seed thing.
Okay.
But they're like super like brittle. Yeah. Anyway, I don't much like them actually, the soy nuts, but the raisins are nice in this.
Nice. Everyone wants Sal's nuts. Kalani went there. I was wondering how many times we could say nuts before somebody
here.
jumped off the rails.
Kalani. There we go.
Oh, but no, I am really and truly thankful for the Warcraft community. I've been around now. It's coming up on a year. My WoW anniversary, I'm trying to make that a word and it's not working, is in just a couple weeks. And I cannot express enough gratitude to each and every person in CTR, in all of the places that just kind of wrapped their arms around me and welcomed me to your little corner of the world. The friendships and the bonds that I've formed over the last year have been truly incredible. Getting to meet everybody at BlizzCon, and for those that I haven't been able to meet, just the folks that we like, just hanging out and playing HOTS. I mean, I feel like I'm playing with family now, and it's incredible. I've never seen such a welcoming, understanding, and just like loving community. And I thank each and every one of you for that. It's amazing. Also thankful for Discord. Wow, I love Discord. If you're not on Discord, get on Discord. Discord, you need to sponsor me because I'm telling everyone about you. Ooh, that'd be fun. The Game Case Show, sponsored by Discord.
It could happen.
Yeah, why not? But no, Discord's super, super fun. Really cool. Think Skype meets GroupMe in a very, very cool way. Different rooms, different places to chat, different voice channels, and it's all free for now. I don't know what their pricing model is going to end up being. I would imagine it's not going to stay free. But very thankful for that. Thankful for a family that allows me to do all these things. I told you how much I gamed last week, and that's not out of line for me. That's usually about how much time I spend in Blizzard games each and every week. And that's not counting the time that I spend doing Hearthstone on my phone. It doesn't track that. So all those conference calls at work, not on conference calls at work when I'm paying attention and being a good employee. I may or may not be playing Hearthstone during most of those. So, yeah.
I love that your son called me Aunt Sal the other day.
I didn't even prompt him for that. Like, he's just doing that now. You're Aunt Sal.
That's how much you spend gaming with me. Like, I don't know if that, how we should, think about, how much he's exposed to you sitting in that chair with turkeys behind you.
I know, right? These things are kind of scaring me. Especially
scary.
Especially that one. That one. This thing. That's what bothers me. The waddle.
The turkey that's
The goozle. I don't know if that's the scientific term, but the goozle. Yeah. Your wow money, Mr. Caro, Mr. Wow Money, Mr. Joe Brums himself, is thankful for Blingtron's Vault, 4K gold coming his way this week. Sal is additionally thankful that Kalani is here to make bad jokes.
I'm always thankful for Kalani.
The Giblets? Is that the right term? I don't know if that's the right.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, Giblets are somewhere else. Aren't they? I don't. Sal is now Googling Giblets. I feel like this is one of those Google image searches that could turn out horribly wrong.
It's just like the extra junk with the turkey. It's like the liver and the heart and the neck, and you put it together and you make like giblet gravy.
All right, Bim claims that it's called the Waddles, and I'm gonna go with her because she is from Wisconsin. So I don't know why
makes her a turkey expert.
I don't know why, but for some reason in my mind that lends extra credibility to her expertise on turkeys. Yeah. Well, he made me say giblets. Good job. Giblets. So, guys, is anybody else in the chat room thankful for anything? You guys got any shout outs from the chat room? Things that have happened to you or like cool stuff that's going on? Huge thank you on the Discord tip for Mr. Pat Crane himself, the Zugmeister, has set up a Discord for the Convert to Raid podcast, and that Discord has been so much fun. Getting in breaking
news. The red fleshy bits hanging off turkeys' beaks are called snoods. Not to be confused with wattles, the fleshy bits under the neck that Richard the lawyer on Ally McBeal fetishized. What?
That just went to a dark place. What just happened?
Why am I just reading shit off the internet?
I don't know. That's a bad idea. Like you just
why
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I can't believe I read that.
Like literally Sal is Ron Burgundy. That just happened. Like it's on the teleprompter. I'm just gonna read it.
That's not the first time that's happened.
Oh my gosh.
Don't tell Belschnickel.
Oh no, this is happening.
I can't believe
This is happening. Okay, so it's a snood.
it's called a snood.
A snood. That's the one over there, like there, or that's the.
It says, when a male turkey is strutting, the snood engorges with blood and extends to hang down over the beak.
So that's actually what's going on in this picture. I feel for weathermen.
Testicles.
I really feel for weathermen. I don't know how they do this. I can't even. There. That one. This is great audio.
For those that are listening on the download, I am on our live stream. I actually have a background of some turkeys standing behind me with snoods and waddles.
Engorged snoods.
Mr. Joe Brahms is thankful for his family, bringing it back to thanks and giving of said thanks. Now there is actually one thing that I did not have in the show notes before we dive into shout outs. The Pilgrim's Feast. That is the in-game of it.
Nobody's doing that. There's no reason to talk about it.
No, there's nothing. Like, do you get anything? Are there any pets or like?
There's things, but it's the same as it's been for like years. Well, I guess it would be different.
First Pilgrim's Feast.
Oh, you should do it then.
Oh, okay. Yeah? Do I get a pet? Can I get a turkey? I feel like I already have a turkey.
Well, there are... Okay. Oh, Thule says, I'm grateful for the friends I've met and friends I will meet in the future and being in reasonably good health. You know, that's... I'm thankful for wine, and he's thankful for all these beautiful things.
Mike O'Hara is grateful for his job, his home, and his family.
You know, I'm not unthankful for those things. I'm not, disgrateful for those things.
I'm disgruntled about my home. Damn roof over my head. I'm moving to a van down by the river.
I've lived in a van.
Yeah?
Different times.
Well, did you grow up in the 60s? Like,
The rails have gone, engorged snoods, man.
I know, right? We're not even... What is this podcast even about?
Engorged snoods.
I tried to bring us back with the Pilgrim's Feast, and then you're talking about snoods again.
Well, I'm just thinking about Ally McBeal and waddles, and I can't get it. I don't understand.
All right, so that is going to bring us to the time for shout-outs. I'm going to play a little bumper, and then we're going to see if Sal has any. And now, it's time for shout-outs.
All right, yeah, come on. Whoa, I mean, not come on, but yeah.
All right, Miss Sal, do you have any shout-outs this week?
I do have shout-outs. I have two shout-outs. My first one is to Spanx, who told me tonight that in 18 days she will be a mother. So they're very happy in Australia to have a baby coming, and I believe it's going to be a she, and I can't wait. I think she's gonna live tweet the birth. She mentioned live tweeting the birth.
Okay, is she doing like a home thing, like in like a bucket?
I don't know what she's doing. She's not gonna live tweet the birth.
Okay,
in a bucket.
Well, that's like what they're doing now, right? Like a tub. Is that the right? I don't know the terminology.
You're talking about the Roman birthing bath?
No, like people, like they're getting these big buckets and they lay in them and they give birth. It's a water birth.
Like a tub?
Would you call it a tub? I guess bucket doesn't sound right.
Birthing bucket.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how she's chosen to give birth.
Wow. I feel
not
like
comment on
I'm
that.
offending all sorts of groups of people on this show. This is great.
But I would like to shout out to her. I'd also like to shout out to, and this was planned before the show started and before I knew that he was going to be here. I want to shout out to Thule for making me Miss May on the Swedish BlizzCon calendar. So he gave a bunch of people calendars, and I am Miss May on said calendar. So I'm very happy to have this beautiful thing with all kinds of photos, including one of Thule and Spanx standing together.
Ah,
And this is for August. So there we go. Yes. So those are the people I wanted to shout out to
nice.
today.
Nice. I'd like to throw a couple shout outs out as well. Rubber Chicken Coalition, who this week I forgot to mention it at the top of the show, so we're going to talk about it now. We put down Archie. Finally, 13 of 13 in Hellfire on normal, so not the mount yet, but we're moving on into heroics. We downed Archie, and then we went to clear the rest of the bosses. Guys, thanks for putting up with me. I brought my hunter and just did all the things. Like, I put on aspect, I started barraging everything. I think 3 out of the first 4 bosses I pulled, which is great because my hunter's name is I pull. So it was a whole good time. I wiped the entire raid.
His name is Ipol.
Yes. I cannot believe that is it. In 10 years, nobody took I pull as the name for a hunter. Like, come on, guys.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Oh, it's great. My pet is called I don't. So, and that's for ready checks because I pay no attention to ready checks at all. I'm always busy. I have 4 monitors, so I'm always like, like we're getting ready. I'm over browsing on Facebook or something. And anyway, Rubber Chickens, we got down Archie, Grats, Bacon and Kegs, my weekend raid team. This is something that's going to be going on. I meant to mention this earlier too, but the inestimable Mr. Chai T, host of Monk Meditation and raid leader of Rolling Thunder, a CTR guild raid team, has challenged us. Nay, thrown down the gauntlet of competition. We have placed a wager on it, and we shall be racing to the moose. So Rolling Thunder is now 9 of 13 heroic. Bacon and Kegs is 7 of 13 heroic. Chai T and I have placed a friendly wager on who will get their moose first. We have a slight advantage in that we do raid 2 nights a week to their 1. But I have a feeling this is going to be a close race. So stay tuned for more updates on the race to the moose. Also, again, shout out to Mr. Pat Crane. Got to play a little bit with him this weekend, and gosh, that's always fun. He is one of the most entertaining and artistic individuals I've ever met. Sal didn't get my inside joke. That's fine. Also, big shout out to Mr. Nate for the incredible note that he posted over on Twitter today, man. All the feels with that thing.
Oh, I got teary-eyed with that one, for real.
I legit cried. Like, legit cried reading that. And he has become such a good and such an amazing friend. Just a really, really good guy. So Nate, huggles to you, my friend. And of course to all the people that have in some way touched me over the last year in Warcraft. Guys, it's been an incredible and amazing ride. I cannot wait to be doing this for another year. So that is going to bring us to the part of the show where I beg you, absolutely beg you, to go over to iTunes and give me some of those all-important 5-star reviews. So remember, go to iTunes, 5 stars for the Game Case show, or if you don't like the show, I want you to give 2 stars. The name of the show is going to be Twisted Family, the podcast, recapping all those memorable family moments from when Uncle Larry opened the screw-top wine with a corkscrew, or when Aunt Maureen decided that fruitcake was a great dish to bring to Thanksgiving. Now, Sal, where can people find you on the internet?
If you're looking for me on the internets, I would recommend going to Twitter and heading up summer_Sal. That's at summer. That's my name. _Sal. And I tweet about video games and video games only. So there you go.
Ooh, nothing else.
Every now and then I post something, else, but usually it's about video games.
Right on.
And I follow video gamey things.
Okay. Now, I've also heard you do a little podcast. Can you... I don't know if I've ever heard of it. Somebody in the chat room mentioned... I don't know. What is that about?
Well, we have the Converted podcast, which is the podcast about the guild Convert to Raid. So, every now and then I join Cuddles.
I know that guy.
And our friend Belschnickel, and we talk about our guild that's such a big part of our lives and our community. Convert to Raid, the Convert to Raid Guild. It's a podcast for you guys who are part of our community, and we have guildies on there every other week at Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific. So server time, Airy Peak server time, 6 p.m.
Yep. Twitch.tv/ I always get it wrong.
The
Converted podcast?
No, Converted podcast.
Converted
Twitch.tv/ Converted podcast. I wasn't prepared for that one.
I know, right? We're doing the things here. And you can also find the Converted podcast on Twitter at converted_CTR.
That's right.
Yeah. And we will actually be recording a new episode on Monday, this coming Monday, just a couple days from now. Again, at 6 p.m. Pacific. And who's going to be our special guest this week, Sal?
Eva Lonnie. Eva Lonnie's going to be there.
Ooh, Eva Lonnie, our assistant head event planner and phenomenal member of the community. Really looking forward to talking to her. So, guys, that is going to do it for episode 33. If you'd like to join our live audience and hang out in the chat room, like the wonderful folks in here tonight, Killa, Ladra, Summersal is on the show. Thanks for being in the chat room, too. Bim, Kalani, Mike O'Hara, Tub Stout, Thule, and Your Wow Money, a.k.a. Caro, a.k.a. Joe Brums. Which, by the way, guys, if you're struggling with gold here coming into Legion, they're going to be changing the way that they do, that they're, handing us gold like they are in our garrison right now. Go check out Caro's podcast, Your Wow Money. It's one of the things that's kept me from being utterly broke and penniless, begging for coppers over in Storm Shield. I know that's a thing that people do, but the Your Wow Money podcast keeps me from having to do that. So thank you for everything that you do, Caro. I appreciate you, sir. And we are on twitch.tv/ The Game Case at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time each and every Thursday, even on Thanksgiving. I can't believe I made it this long without saying gobble gobble.
Ooh.
Thank you for listening to episode 33 of The Game Case. You can find me on Twitter at Mullet863. You can find the show at The Game Case Show and download us on iTunes and Stitcher. Catch recordings of the live show or our tips, tricks, and kill videos at youtube.com/The Game Case. There's some Legion Alpha stuff over there, some Heroes, and some Hearthstone and Overwatch stuff. Trying to get some more content out there for you guys. Go over there, tell me if you like it, you hate it. Tell me if I'm wasting my time making these videos, or if, they're kind of cool. You can find all of the things on the official site of The Game Case Show, thegamecase.com. And with that, with all the giblets, all the snoods, and all the waddles, Sal, say goodbye.
Goodbye, Sal.
Game Case out.
Thank you for joining us this week inside The Game Case. Please join us next week for more news, tips, and ramblings about the World of Warcraft. Game Case out.
World of the Warcraft.